Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching SAMAA News. Here are today's headlines. US President Donald Trump has announced that the Memorandum of Understanding signed with Iran to end the conflict is over after Washington launched fresh military strikes on Tehran and revoked a license allowing Iranian oil sales. Speaking ahead of a NATO summit in Ankara, Trump said he did not want to engage further with Iran as the fragile interim ceasefire agreement continued to unravel. He used harsh language for Iranian leaders, calling them scum and sick people. Trump said, as far as he was concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them. On the other hand, Iran has warned that any US base used to carry out attacks against the country will be targeted by its military. In a statement, the Iranian Foreign Ministry said Washington's actions violated the first article of the Memorandum of Understanding and had made key parts of the agreement meaningless. The ministry said its response came after what it described as illegal US attacks. It said Washington would bear full responsibility for the serious consequences of the current escalation. The United States has launched a major new round of strikes on Iran, hitting more than 80 targets in and around the Strait of Hormuz after Washington accused Tehran of attacking commercial ships in the key global trade route. Iranian media reported that President Masoud Pezeshkian has cut short his visit to Iraq after the US attacks and returned to Iran. Iranian media also claimed that several people were injured by shell fragments from an enemy projectile at the commercial port of Sirik. The injured were transferred to a hospital in Minab. A fire was also reported at a fishing pier in Bandar Abbas, where several boats were affected. Iranian media said black smoke in the area was caused by enemy projectiles. In retaliation, Iran says it launched missile and drone attacks on US military sites in Bahrain and Kuwait. Iran's top joint military command, Khatam al-Anbiya Central Headquarters, condemned the US strikes as a blatant act of aggression and warned that Iranian armed forces would deliver a crushing response. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said its naval and aerospace forces carried out a joint missile and drone operation against key US military sites in Bahrain and Kuwait. According to the IRGC, 85 locations were targeted, including US military bases in Bahrain and Kuwait. On the other hand, NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte has said that the new attacks by the US on Iran were absolutely necessary. He told reporters before a summit of NATO leaders in Ankara that Iran was violating that ceasefire that makes it totally crucial that the US forcefully react. Rutte also said there could be no doubt over the complete commitment of the United States to NATO, which he said also works to protect the United States.
US President Donald Trump has praised Turkey for its role in helping end the Iran war, calling it a great ally in the peace process. Speaking alongside President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Trump said Turkey was instrumental in advancing diplomacy and backed efforts to prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. The US president also said he would lift sanctions on Turkey and was considering the sale of F-35 fighter jets to Ankara, saying a decision on the aircraft sale would be made soon. Responding to reporters' queries, Trump said he might have skipped the NATO summit if it had not been hosted by Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He also criticized France, Germany, and Italy, accusing them of refusing to support the United States during its conflict with Iran, saying Washington has always stood by its allies. Talking about Greenland, Trump said the region should be under US control, not Denmark's. He also suggested that Washington could reconsider its military presence in Europe if allies failed to cooperate.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching SAMAA News.